Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am reviewing Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I read an arc of this book in December and said in my wrap-up that I wanted to do a dedicated video about it, and several of you guys were interested in that as well. So here I am making a review video because you guys, this book is freaking amazing. I cannot say enough good things about it, and I really want to share some more with you. It absolutely deserves its own dedicated video, so that is what we are doing today. If you aren't familiar with it, Children of Blood and Bone does release in March. I do not have a copy with me because I read it and then sent it off to my friend Lauren at the Novel Lush because I wanted to share the love because everybody needs to read this book. I have already pre-ordered my own finished copy of this book, and I also plan to go to a signing in March to meet the author. Okay, so what is this book? Children of Blood and Bone is an epic fantasy novel set in a sort of mythological Africa. And it's so good. It has everything in it. I'm just gonna read you guys the first sentence in my review on Goodreads because I think this says a lot about it. Bear with me. If you want to read a smart fantasy with interesting and complex characters, epic storytelling, incisive social commentary, lots of diversity, rich mythology, and a really cool magic system, then I highly recommend that you pick up Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi because it has all of that and more, you guys. That's not even scratching the surface. This book is so good. The world building is amazing, the storytelling is amazing, the characters are super interesting and complicated. I feel like real people. There is friendship, there is forbidden romance, there is political intrigue and adventure and these lush, interesting settings. Meanwhile, she also tackles really big issues like oppression and slavery and the origins of prejudice and how that all can tie into political systems. It's so good. You also get this sort of celebration of blackness and of non-white forms of beauty, which is done really well. I mean, you guys, this book, just go read it. So you want to know what it's about? Okay, well, let's see what we can do. It's a little bit hard to tell you too much without giving anything away, but this book is written, let's wait for the siren. Yay, city living. This book is written in first person with 3 perspectives, which I think works really well. The main character is Zeli Adebola. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce her name, but that's what we're gonna go with. Zeli is a teenage magi, or magic user, born with their distinctive white hair and dark skin. Okay, so remember this. This is what the magi look like. However, as a teenager, she's living in a time when magic has been removed from her world by the king. And all of this happened when she was a little girl. So what he did was he found a way to take magic away from the powerful magi and then proceeded to murder all of the adult magi, leaving alive only the children under the age of 13 whose magic had not yet manifested, like Zeli. Now, because it's genetic, this means that her mother was a very powerful magi with the ability to control the dead. She saw her mother brutally murdered by the king's soldiers as a young child, and since then has dealt with the oppression, the hatred, the fear, and the prejudice that have come since then against the magi, such as herself. Because like I said, they have white hair, they have darker skin, so it's really obvious who is and is not a magi. Now, through a variety of things, the fates come together and give Zeli the opportunity to possibly restore magic to the world and to her people. And so this book is about her and unexpected companions going on an epic quest, adventure, to try to do the things they need to do to restore magic to the world. Okay? Are you sold yet? I hope so, because this book, you guys, is so freaking amazing. And it's a debut novel. It's a really, really impressive debut novel, and the author actually has studied West African mythology, which I think is pretty clear in that it's got a really rich mythology about the origins of the magic and the gods of this society. It's so well done, and I cannot wait for book 2. And I'm really bummed that book 1 is not even in the world yet, because it means I'm gonna have to wait quite a while to get book 2. Also, I believe a movie of this book is in the works, and if they do it right, whoo, it could be so good. It could be so good. Oh, I'm so excited. So I definitely recommend you guys pick this up. It was clearly a 5 out of 5 star for me. Lastly, I want to mention a couple of things that are mildly spoilery, okay? Mildly. So if you're super sensitive to spoilers, like, subscribe, comment, talk to me about this, all the things. But if you're not, feel free to stay, because this is not going to ruin the book for you. There's just like a couple of quick things I want to talk about. Okay, first of all, I mentioned incisive social commentary. She does so many good things in this book and so many smart things, but one of the things that really stood out to me that I want to mention, because when it dawned on me what she was doing, I was like, oh, whoa, that's so cool. Like, it's really pretty cool. I don't know if this is going to be controversial or not, but I thought it was really cool. So here's the thing. The Magi, like Zelly at the beginning, right? They've got this white hair. So her hair is like really straight and smooth, right? She's got white, straight, smooth hair. However, what's really interesting is over the course of the story, as she begins to get magic back, spoiler alert, she gets some magic back. Sorry, I mean, like, probably obvious, right? But as she gets magic back, her hair gets wavy, and then it gets really curly and coarse. So when it dawned on me what she was doing, I was like, that is so cool, because she remembers her mom as having had really curly hair, but what you see is all the Magi have this like fine straight hair until they get their magic back, and then it becomes coarse and curly, which I thought was like so interesting and such an interesting social critique on like concepts of beauty and power. And through that and through other things, we do get these really strong depictions of this non-white beauty with Zelly, and I just loved it. I thought it was so great. Obviously, I am not a person of color, but I am married to one, and my children are mixed, and so this is something that's just really close to my heart and something that I think is really important. I'm sure this is something that other more qualified people are going to say a lot more about, but I just thought it was so interesting and so smart, and I really liked the way that she did that. Last thing I want to say, ooh, this could be considered slightly more spoilery, so again, fair warning, but this book has a side character in it that might be one of my favorite male characters I can remember reading. He's so good. His name is Rowan, and you mostly see him in the last few chapters of the book. However, I have high hopes that we are going to see more of him in book 2, because you guys, he's so awesome. I really like him. I am not one to typically, for this whole like book boyfriend thing that people talk about, but yeah, Rowan is awesome. So if you have read this, you know what I'm talking about. So tell me in the comments down below, because yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of this character in book 2. That is all that I have for you on this today. I didn't want to get into too much detail because I really do want everybody to go out and read this book. I mean, you can hear me gushing about it. I can't say enough good things about it. I highly recommend it, and I can't wait to get a finished copy of it because it's so good. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for book 2. Like, can I please get an arc of book 2? Because that would be amazing. I'm such a fan. In the comments down below, let me know if you guys have read this book, and if you have, your thoughts on it, on any of the things that I just talked about, or if you're planning on reading it or picking it up. Clearly, I'm a huge fan. If you guys like this video, or if you're excited about Children of Blood and Bone, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.